Welcome to Must Be Nice, where we speak with business owners every single Monday. Sit back and relax. Welcome to Must Be Nice.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So, your name is Facundo Holzmeister.
Yes,
right?
It is.
And we're filming live right now in Chino, California, in Southern California.
Yep.
So, Facundo, you're a professional YouTuber with almost 1 million views on YouTube alone, right?
Yeah.
And, I'm curious, really, if you could explain who you are and what's your business.
Yeah, so I've been doing YouTube for, I want to say, since I was 14, 15 years old. So that's pretty much my business on its own. The channel is called How To Men, and it's mostly based around technology, smartphones in general. And I've always just been in love with technology, just on its own. So that's basically what my business is all about, just around YouTube and tech and smartphones, just helping the average consumer understand their smartphone better.
That's so cool, brother. Yeah. Okay, so your business is basically a media company, right? And is this a solopreneur venture? Is this something that you have a team that you're doing?
Yeah, so I started off as solo, and in the sense of trying to just formulate videos that I wanted to. If I formulate a video, I would want to watch it myself, and I like it. But in the end, you need to start hiring people because work just starts getting really packed, and you start to look at things, and you just don't have time for it anymore. So growing a team is definitely a must.
And so you've been doing this since you were 14, right? So over a decade. I mean, have you ever had a real job?
No. I've never had a real job, and the biggest thing is because when I was in high school or junior high, I knew that when I wanted to be older, I don't want to work a regular 9-to-5 job. I want to actually do something that I like and enjoy. And so that's why I always pushed myself. Even back then when no one was working, I was like, I don't want to be older and have to go to work in the morning and do this. It's not bad, If you do that, it's fine. But I wanted for myself something better and just to create my own schedule. And so I've always pushed myself to be in that position of, just being able to wake up in the morning and be my own boss.
So you thought of this when you were 14, right? That you didn't want that lifestyle?
Yeah, I really did. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And I mean, okay, I know your platform really is YouTube is the main focus, right?
Yes.
And, when you were 14, what was YouTube like? How fresh was it? How new was it?
Absolutely. YouTube back then was a whole different platform. I'd say back then it was more just free and you could be a lot more open. There wasn't as much cancellation going on. On top of that, people were a lot more, not as production wise, so you can just grab the camera and start recording. Nowadays, it seems like every YouTuber now has a whole studio and big cameras, big team, and that's really how it's turned out to be on YouTube. Now, for other social platforms like TikTok or Instagram Reels, I've seen it calm down a bit, where like anyone can just pick up a phone now and just start recording, which I love because honestly, I mean, who has a big production? And only the big top YouTubers have that, and it's nice to see other, regular folks being able to catch on and also get big platforms just off those social media, platforms.
That's cool, man. Okay, so you've been doing this for over a decade. Your business is a media company, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how does one make money from YouTube? Are you making it from the views, from sponsors? And at what point did you start making money?
Yeah, so YouTube on its own, you can start making money just off the views of your video. So YouTube pays you every 1,000 views. And that's generally how much each platform pays you too. They also pay you based on your views as well. I know some platforms pay more than others. For example, if you make a video on YouTube and it gets 1 million views on there, versus you getting 1 million views on TikTok, you're going to get a lot more money off that YouTube video than for TikTok. On top of that, there's a lot of minor details in that where the type of views that they come from. For example, if a view comes from India or a view comes from the United States, you're actually going to get more money from the United States than from India or other countries. So the prices range depending on the country, where the view comes from. So that's another factor.
And at what point did this start becoming profitable?
So it became profitable when, for me, it became profitable when I started getting sponsorships. So brands would reach out and try to promote their products on my videos. And usually what I do is I do integrations or mid-rolls where I feature the product into my future videos for 30 to 60 seconds, just promoting it. And brands love that, so they want to put a lot of money into that. So that's basically where most of my income came from. And on top of that, you can also dedicated videos on TikTok too. You can actually get a lot of promotions on there too, in the same manner, where brands will reach out to you and try to promote their product on your TikTok if you have a big following or something.
So what's been your most successful episode?
Honestly, my biggest video is really old. It's a video that I created when I was literally 13, 14 years old. I went out there and I had a smartphone back in the day, and I just put it on I did like the top 10 features that you can do on your smartphone, and it blew up because back then not a lot of people were doing those type of videos on Android. Now you fast forward to now, everyone's doing it. So that was my biggest video. Pretty crazy. I think it got like 3 million views or something. And since then, I've had videos that come close to it, like 1 million, close to it. But yeah, it's pretty crazy to see like how far I've been doing those videos, like how long I've been doing them.
Yeah, and so technology alone has changed a lot since you've created, your YouTube videos.
Oh yeah.
How have your videos started from when you first started to where you are now? How's that progression been?
Yeah. So I started. What happened was my friend Daniel Riza actually started the YouTube channel How To Men, and he started it making iPhone videos where he would hack, or it's called jailbreak. He would jailbreak iPhones, and I got into it because my dad, he just so happened to work for T-Mobile, and he still does, and he gave me the Google G1 as my first phone. And once I saw it, I fell in love with it and just started playing around with it, showing cool tricks, doing little hacks here and there. And I was like, you know what? I feel like other people would like this, I feel like other people would actually benefit from learning about this type of stuff. So I put it out there. I asked Daniel if I could put it on his channel as well, and he said sure. And sure enough, I put it out there. How to root your G1 was one of my first videos, and it's still up to this day. You can look it up on my channel. And yeah, video didn't pop off crazy, but I saw the potential because I saw a lot of people in the comments, like I don't want to say like 10, 15 comments, just people saying thank you so much for helping me root my device, So that's how it really started. Just me starting off with the smartphone and just really getting into it and just putting it on the internet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so and this literally feeds you, right? So how would you, some people would say, oh, a YouTube, business isn't really, a YouTube channel is not a business, right? 2024, we live in the day and age of the creator economy.
Right.
How does one go from just being a creator to actually making, being a creator a business?
Yeah. So you got to start off with a passion. It really just comes from you liking something and you wanting to push it out even further to the point where you can turn it into a career. For me, I had a passion for technology, and I've always had. I pursued a major in computer science, and I've always played around with computers, smartphones, little gadgets here and there, and I was able to turn it into a career by just constantly pushing out content that people like. And I really didn't start it off as a business. I really started off as just a hobby that turned into a business, and it's good to have that mindset of wanting to turn something into a business, but it's even better if you start a business with something that you actually like to do, because in the future you won't burn out as easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, as a business, what's been your best year in business?
I'd say 2024, honestly, just because of all the brand sponsorships that are coming in. Even though I've been doing YouTube since I want to say I was 13, 14, it really took off after I graduated college because I never really focused on it 100% of the way. Like, I would upload maybe one video every month or so, or maybe one video every 2 months at most, just because I had like exams and constant homework and things always got in the way. But when I actually focused in on it, I was able to push out videos even more consecutively with higher quality, with better ideas that I actually liked, and the videos are much longer, and people like that, and they just keep coming back for it. So, and brands saw the potential of me making my audience bigger, so they wanted to promote their products on there too. So, in that sense, creating a bigger audience and having these brands come in and trying to sponsor my videos, my business on its own has grown a lot since then.
Wow.
Since the beginning. Yeah.
And so, okay, I mean, you got about 1 million followers or subscribers on YouTube.
Well, 700,000.
700,000, right? I mean, with someone that's making ballpark 1 million subscribers, right? What would that, type of tech YouTuber, right? Be making in a year, right? What could someone Google, or from what you've seen in the industry, expect to be making?
It really depends. I would say for YouTubers, I'd say if you're making, it really depends on, it doesn't even matter about subscribers. Forget subscribers. It's all about the views. So if you have a YouTube channel that has like 10,000 subscribers or 5,000 subscribers, but each video is getting like over 100K per video, like you're making way more money than maybe someone who has 1 million subscribers, but they're only getting like 1,000, 2,000 views per video. So I would say easily though, if someone like, I don't know, a big YouTuber could be making easily probably over 200, 300,000 per year. And the big boys, like someone who has 10 million subscribers, like MKBHD or I don't know, Mr. Who's the Boss, for example, they can be making a lot more than that. Not to put anyone out like that, but you could become a millionaire.
Wow.
You could become a millionaire off YouTube.
That's cool.
But even with that said, it's a very few amount. I'm not there, I just want to put that out there. But you can definitely reach that level if you put a lot of effort into it. And technology isn't even the best money source on YouTube. The best money source I would say is finance, because brands, the way it works is brands like to buy ads on YouTube, right? And they'll put a lot more money into YouTuber or type of genres on YouTube that actually will make them more money. So if you have a YouTuber who just does prank videos or something like that, they'll get like worse ads, not as quality ads, but versus someone who, I don't know, makes like videos about selling products or even just selling fashion, beauty gurus, stuff like that, they'll make a lot more money than that, because their ads are a lot more, they have better quality ads. So yeah, it's really hard to vary how much a YouTuber makes, because everyone has different, there's so many things that go into it. You have genres, you have the types of videos you make, type of views, where are the views coming from, how many what type of videos you're making. If you're making shorts versus long form is making more than shorts. So yeah, there's a lot of factors to it.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. I mean, we're here in your nice house in Chino with filled with nice stuff, right? I mean, one could assume you're doing well, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, as someone who's doing well, it's never clocked in anywhere. That's living what is basically every 13-year-old's dream life. Like, is it nice to be Facundo? Is it nice to be the owner
Absolutely
of a YouTube
not.
channel?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I always thank the Lord for helping me be in my position because all this is not really because of me. I want to say there are a lot of people that helped me get to where I am today. So I'm not going to be like, oh, it's just me that got me here, you know? Personally, it is nice though, you know? But
what's your team look like nowadays? Because I know you spoke of that you're not by yourself now, right?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
Yeah, so I have, my team varies because I'm still trying to experiment here and there, but I have a video editor for TikTok where we repurpose content from my long form videos on TikTok to try to see if we can make it bigger. Then on top of that, we have my thumbnail designer where he creates thumbnails. I also have a wallpaper and icon designer for my, not icon designer, for widget designer for my Patreon, 2 of them. And what else? I use JavaScript Writer, but I found that it's actually better if I just put it into my own words because, you know, for some videos that it just doesn't make sense to do that anymore. And then I also have just a really like a B-roll and video editor on its own. His name is Zachary Anderson, and yeah, I think. And then I also have a brand partnership, like a kind of like a manager where he looks for brands and starts reaching out to brands. So I have around a team of 6 to 7 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so, okay, I mean, is it nice, you know, being you? Like, do you get to enjoy going on vacations? Are you in different countries? Are you, like, waking up at noon or in playing Xbox and then at 5 p.m. starting your job? Like,
Yeah.
what's the best part about being owner of a YouTube business?
Well, yeah, honestly, there's a lot of benefits that come to it. You can make your own schedule. You can choose what kind of videos you want to create. You don't have a boss behind your back telling you what to do. In my sense, I'm a tech creator, so I get a lot of the latest gadgets here and there, a lot of the latest smartphones, and I get to show it off and review everything about it and tell the fans why they should get the phone, the benefits, the pros and cons of it. And there's also other sides to it where you can also go traveling and brands, like for example, Google or Samsung or other companies will bring you out to those events, and you can look at their latest tech and explore, and also meet other creators as well. It's definitely a lot of benefits to it. I would say the only downside about it, and it's nothing crazy. It's really just sometimes like I guess you get to work from home all the time. You work from home all the time, and you just really have to push yourself to get out there and try to see if you can meet other people and who like what you do. Because if you work in a regular job or something like that, you're always around others that you can get along with, and you guys understand each other and stuff like that. When you're a YouTuber, you're just constantly just working at home and working by yourself, unless you're like a big production company that ends up just having other people around. But I think that's the only thing. Just working from home can be a downside, but there are a lot of benefits to it too.
And your favorite moment with owning a YouTube business?
For me, it's been honestly getting to meet other creators that also enjoy that do what I like to do too. I have other tech creator friends, and I create these friends from going to these events, these tech events. Like most of them, and they're all really, really nice people, very, very joyful, and it's always a good time. Just being able to like go to those type of events and just see the same faces over and over. Yeah. I think that's my favorite thing, just getting to meet people, really.
Yeah. It sounds like owning this business has been nothing but, great things. I mean, has there been anything that's made you unhappy or any barriers?
Right. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that you're just constantly doing the same type of content over and over again, where I'm reviewing phones that just aren't getting really crazy new features as often as they used to. I'm reviewing apps that are that do stuff, and they're really awesome, but the process on its own just gets repetitive, and you can get burnt out. But I never get to the point where I'm just complaining about my job, because I know there's people out there who would be grateful to be where I'm at, and I don't want to put myself out there and be like, oh, I'm starting to burn now, and this is I'm not going to put myself where I complain, because I know there's a lot of people out there who struggle even more and have harder jobs than I do. So I want to be grateful of where I'm at, and always try to push myself even further.
Have you burned out doing this ever?
Not to the point where I quit. I would say I do get tired of sometimes doing similar type of videos over and over again, but never to the point where I'm just like, I'm over this, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I know you went to school, right? What did you study?
Yeah, I went to school for computer science, and I did that for around 5 years. And I also did a minor in entrepreneurship as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it, because I've always been into technology, and I always wanted to pursue that. I did the entrepreneurship minor because I wanted to get a better idea of how to run a business, because my YouTube channel was starting to become a tool.
Yeah. And I know you said that your channel, got a lot more views after you finished school.
Right.
And why did you, finish school? I mean, do you feel like it was relative? Do you regret it at all?
Right.
I mean, should you have not gone at all?
I did finish school because I just wanted to make my parents. I wanted to make my parents proud, honestly. I wanted a backup plan, so that way if YouTube doesn't work out, I can just turn back to computer science and just become an engineer at a company. So far, it's been doing really good. I graduated in 2020 during COVID, and since then I've just been focusing my 100% in YouTube, and it's been doing well so far. So until then, I'll still continue it.
That's awesome. And what's been, the biggest fruit of your labor that you've gotten to enjoy from, working this hard on YouTube?
I would say, like, the benefits of it, or like, okay, so I'd say probably
The benefits are great, but I mean, things that you've bought and from, working so hard, things that you've gotten to enjoy vacation, any toys.
Yeah.
Are you rolling out in a Corvette? Like, what's going on?
Absolutely. No, I actually don't really buy anything crazy. I just bought like a Rolex the other day, but that's I didn't buy a Rolex. I got the OnePlus watch too. No, honestly, the biggest thing is I like to conserve my money, because I don't want to end up being broke. So I try to play it safe, right? Where if I buy something, I know I have 3 times the amount to be able to get it. So if I'm renting a house, for example, or I'm leasing something, I got to make sure that I make at least 3 times more than, because I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't really have anything crazy. I think the craziest thing I have is just probably my car. It's a Kia Optima, and it's not even that crazy. So.
Nice. Like, everyone should have a goal that's so big that it scares them a little bit.
Right.
What's your goal?
My goal that would scare me, honestly, is becoming so big that you have a huge production company, and you have to manage so many people, and that just takes away from actually being a creator. That your job instead becomes managing other people instead of actually creating content. That would be hard to manage. An extreme case would be like, I want to say Mr. Beast, where he grew so big that he's constantly just managing people and working and trying to figure out what his next video is going to be, but he's also trying to manage another video that he's pushing out, and he just has so many different layers that he has to work with at one time, and it can be stressful. There's not a lot of people out there who can do that, and I think for me, if I became that big, it's definitely going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
Something that you got to consider, because it's not. People think when you become a big YouTuber, you're gonna be like a millionaire. You're just gonna be able to enjoy life and not worry about anything, and you can just frolic in the wind. But it's really you get a lot more to work with. You got more people to work with. You got more projects to do. You got emails to handle. Just a lot of messaging, and really at the end of the day, you end up just having doing all this random stuff, And then you realize, oh, I haven't even recorded a video yet because I've been doing all this other random management stuff, managing a business. But I forgot I'm a YouTuber. I gotta also record a video now. You know? Yeah. Yeah.
And through this process of becoming, a YouTuber, business owner, on your way to 1 million subscribers, you've gained so much human capital.
Mm-hmm.
If I took all that away and you had to start from scratch, could you blow up your channel to grow that big again? Or do you think that it was really due to the timing of how early you started your channel?
I think there are easier ways to blow up your channel nowadays on different platforms. I think YouTube on its own is definitely the hardest to gain traction on, but I found a lot more success on TikTok of actually blowing my numbers up on there. I think I uploaded probably, I started, I want to say last year with around 50 followers and just uploading content that I already pushed out on my YouTube channel. My TikTok channel already reached 100K followers. Like, I've never seen those type of numbers like that fast, So it's possible, but you have to really consider that there are other platforms that can push you even farther much faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you had to say, hey, what's the secret sauce to all the aspirational YouTubers that want that to be their full-time job, what would be the secret sauce?
Just pick up a camera and start recording, honestly. Just get started. I mean, don't worry about... Everyone has a phone in their pocket, and they can record 4K, even 8K videos on their phone and just start recording stuff, and that's really what it is. Just start recording something.
Yeah.
If you like cooking, start recording yourself cooking. If you like to make music, just start making music. You just gotta start somewhere, and eventually be consistent with this. Well, because you can't just expect to blow up off one video. I mean, it's gonna take time. It does happen, but more realistically. Yeah.
And you wanted to be a business owner really young. I mean, where did that come from? Did you know any business owners growing up? Did you see someone on TV that got you excited? What made you want to be a business owner?
I didn't even want to be a business. I wanted to just start making money. That was my biggest thing. I really never thought YouTube as a business until recently. I really just saw it as a way to get income off the side. And I didn't really see it at first as making it my full-time job, even though I saw it in the future potentially becoming that. But I wasn't 100% sure. But I still wanted to pursue that because just in case it does pop off, I can make it my main source job. And that did happen in the end. So, it's great that it turned into a business, but really what motivated me at first was the passion, and then eventually the money started coming in, and that pushed me even further to start pursuing my channel even more by funding it even further with the money I got. I just put it back into the channel, and from there it started taking off more and more, and that's eventually just turned into a business.
Biggest tip that you received as a business owner?
The biggest tip that I received, I want to say, just really what I said earlier: pick up a camera and start recording.
Yeah.
I think
and it doesn't even apply just to YouTube, right? To everyone.
Yeah. I got that. I actually liked that phrase. I think I heard it from a Mr. Beast podcast where he did recently. And he just said, if you want to start somewhere, just pick up the camera and just start recording. I think a couple other YouTubers probably said it too, but
yeah. And as a business owner, what content do you listen to? Do you watch? Do you read that helps you?
Yeah. For me personally, I watch a variety of different podcasts. For tech, I watch the Waveform podcast by Marcus Brownlee. Just to be able to understand it. On top of that, I listen to. That's pretty much it.
And this show's for business owners. My favorite business show myself is called The Undercover Billionaire. And if I were to put you on that show, right, you'd be given $100, a truck, and a cell phone, and you'd be dropped off in somewhere that needed help to grow, right? So in this case, Pueblo, Colorado was one of the examples on the show. So if I dropped you off in Pueblo, Colorado with $100, a cell phone, and a pickup truck, what would you do to make a business that's worth $1 million or bring a lot of money your way in a relatively short amount of time?
So the biggest thing that I would do, I would use the pickup truck and I would try to see if I can live in it for a while, and then from there I would use the $100, and then I would go and I would buy a really cheap smartphone, and then I would just start using that to start recording myself on TikTok or even YouTube. I think TikTok is easier to blow up on, so I would record myself on TikTok. Then I would just constantly be recording videos. People actually do this too. They go in New York and just have nowhere to live and just start recording. And from there, I would even start live streaming where people can give you gifts and stuff, and you can make money off of that. Then your income starts to build from there. Then brands will start reaching out, seeing that your content is taking off, so you'll get money from that, and then you'll be able to rent a place, you'll be able to get better equipment, better mics and stuff. And then from there, you just keep doing that over and over, and eventually, you'll become the richest man in the world. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, life is really short, Facundo. What would you want people to say about you after you go?
I want them to say positive things, but in the end, I want them to just understand more about their smartphone and more about technology and say, that man right there, he helped me to improve my smartphone experience, and this is the reason why I got this smartphone, you know.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for being on the Must Be Nice Show, man.
Thank you, man.
That's the end of the show. Thanks for coming to Must Be Nice Business News. Click to listen to the next episode. We have a new one every single Monday. Smash that 5-star button on Spotify or Apple.